If you run a painting, roofing, or remodeling company, you did over 400 grand last year, and you have more than 2 crews, 2 or more, and you're ready to scale, then you're really going to want to watch this video where I break down exactly how we help companies like yours generate high quality booked appointments in their calendar. In fact, we guarantee that if you follow the system, you're going to get at least 30 plus high quality booked estimates in the next 90 days. This isn't theory. We're not new to this. We've been doing this for 16 years, and it's the same system that Caleb, he runs a cleaning and painting company. He plateaued at around 300 grand in 2023, 2024, couldn't break past that mark. He was working in the field 90% of the time. And now, as of 2025, he cleared $1.1 million. He grew from 2 crews to 7 crews. And now, instead of spending 90% of the time in the field, now he just spends 20% of his time in the field. He bought his time back, and with that came peace of mind and a better quality of life. His record month was November 2025, where he cleared $156,000 in revenue. So in 2 months, he made the entire previous year's worth of revenue, which is pretty phenomenal, and great work to him. He got to the top of Google, not just Google, but also AI search engines like ChatGPT and others. And not only that, but he made sure that every call got answered, which we're going to show you exactly how to do that without working more hours, and also ensured that every lead got a follow up within 30 seconds, whether they came through your website, whether they came from a referral, or whether they came from online advertising. We want to make sure everything gets buttoned up and there are no leaks in the bucket, so to say. Now, word of mouth is great, but you can't scale it. You can't go and triple word of mouth, in the next 3 months. And this system is going to show you exactly how to make the most from the opportunities, the phone calls that you're already getting, and then you reinvest that profit into more advertising and scale. Before I dive into the roadmap, we're not a marketing agency. In fact, you might have tried working with several marketing agencies that might run advertising. They might generate a lead, throw it over the fence, and then it's up to you to follow up, and then they blame you for it not working. That's not what we do. We are a growth partner. So we not only generate the lead, but we qualify the lead. We make sure that they get the follow up, right? The timely 7-point follow up sequence. And we make sure that we build your brand and your company as an authority in the mind of the buyer, right? We're going to break down more of that in a different video. But the point is before they get to seeing your estimate, you've already established yourself as an authority in this space, right? The painting space, the roofing, the remodeling, whatever it is, you've helped them establish the buying criteria. What should they look for in a painter, for example? So by the time they get to seeing your price, you're already seen as authority and you can charge a premium price. At a high level, it comes down to three basic things. Phase one is to plug the leaks in your bucket, right? Right now, if you're missing calls, the average home services company misses 67% of phone calls. And what makes it worse is that 87% of homeowners do not leave a voicemail. They call the next provider in Google, which is why it's incredibly important to make sure that all those calls get answered the first time, right? The next phase is to make sure that all the follow-up happens. So not only you answer the call, you gather the details, but the follow-up to make sure that you stay top of mind, you build authority before they even get your quote. And the third piece of it is to make sure there's a system in place to not only know what's generating jobs, but to know what channel they came from. Do they come from your website, your Google, your AI search, or a referral? And that gives us the ammunition that we need to scale. Now, if that sounds like exactly what you need, click the button below, book a call with myself, someone on my team. We'll give you the exact playbook and go into more detail about how this could help in your company. Now, if you're wondering who am I, my name is Miles Walsh. I have a computer science degree from the University of Hawaii at Hilo. I did my thesis in machine learning, which is a subset of artificial intelligence before it was a buzzword. We've been doing this for 16 years. We've worked with all sorts of industries, over 20 industries now. But what we're doing for the past 2 years is focusing just on home services, and specifically painters, roofers, remodelers, because they're higher ticket. And quite frankly, we just love working with them. So if you're looking to stabilize your sales pipeline, if you're looking to get more visibility into what is actually working, like not only the cost per click or cost per lead, but what is actually resulting in revenue, then this system is for you. And if you're looking to not need to stress about the phone ringing, or if you're tired of chasing leads that went cold or ghosted you, or if you're tired of competing on price, and if you're tired of shared leads like Angie's or Home Advisor, then this is for you. So I alluded to it earlier, but three phases of the system here. First is traction. And so the first thing we do is make sure that every opportunity that comes your way gets the attention that it deserves. What does that mean? That means every phone call is getting answered 100% of the time, 24/7, 365, holidays, weekends. Phone calls are getting answered every time. Secondly, if someone submits a quote on your website or through an ad, they get a follow up response within 30 seconds. All right. That's incredibly important. It's called speed to lead. I'll get more into that in another video. And the third thing we do in phase one, first, we plug the leaks, we ensure the follow up, and then we install tracking. So we take care of all the technical setup of determining what sources are generating revenue. So sources meaning ChatGPT, Google, Meta, Instagram, TikTok, wherever those channels are, we figure out not only what's generating leads, that's great, but that's not what it comes down to. It comes down to revenue. And so we tie it end to end. But basically, we make sure you have visibility. That's phase one. Phase two is we figure out what's working, and then we start doing more of that. We start testing and doubling down on what it is that's actually generating revenue for your company. Phase three is scale. Now that we have all the leaks in the bucket plugged, right? Everything's getting answered 100% of the time. We have visibility into what's working and what's actually generating revenue, and we start dialing it in. The third step is scale. And that's where we can literally double, triple, and quadruple because we know exactly what's generating revenue, where it's coming from, and we know that every lead that comes in gets answered and gets the attention that it deserves. So I invite you to click the button below, book a call with myself, someone on my team. We'll walk you through this exact playbook. We'll give you an actual value-based strategy session, and you'll walk away with that knowing exactly what you need to do and the exact playbook that we deploy for companies like yours. Now, real quick, there's some questions that I get a lot. One is, do I need to be technically savvy? The answer is no. That's why you have us. Myself, I have a team of engineers and developers that deploy this for you. So we do everything from the build. We make sure that you're compliant with phone registration, phone numbers for texting. We make sure that we integrate with whatever systems or tools that you're already using. If you already use job software like Jobber or House Call Pro, then we integrate with that. We make sure everything is seamless and it works with your existing infrastructure and your existing process. Will this work with my existing website? The answer is yes. Whether it's a WordPress site or a Shopify site, there are definitely things we'll do to optimize and integrate and put our forms and chat widget. So that's not a problem at all. Can I separate my business phone calls and texts from my personal? Yes. And that's what we actually will set up for you. We set up a business phone number. We make sure it's compliant, and that way you'll be able to separate work and personal, and it works great. Question: are they shared leads? No, these are exclusive, 100% exclusive leads for your business. When you rank in Google, they come to you and the system follows up. They're not shared with anybody else. What's the difference between this lead Maven AI and a generic AI like M1, for example? Incredibly different. So when you take an off-the-shelf, generic AI, it's not trained up in the industry. It's not trained up on your company. It's not trained up on the nuances of, for example, we're trained up on homeowners, and it's specifically for painters, for example, roofers, remodelers. What is it exactly that they want? And we train it on the buyer psychology, so it can help with handle objections and help move them and establish you as an authority. Will this work if I have an existing website? Yes. We can integrate with your existing website, no problem. What kind of time commitment? Well, we're gonna set everything up, and then we're gonna show you how to use it. We're gonna provide one-on-one training with you, your team, and it's gonna be recorded. So if you bring on a new team member, they can watch the recording and see how everything works. You will need to keep an eye on the sales pipeline we're gonna build for you. You will need to answer your phone. You will need to like, for example, when someone schedules a quote review, you're gonna need to call them at that time. You're going to need to do everything after that. We're not going to replace you. We're not going to replace the actual sales process. We'll get them to booked estimate, and from there, it's on you and your team to see it through, to get the actual project and then see it through to completion. Are there any long-term contracts? Nope. There's just a 90-day. It's a 3-month plan, and our goal is to earn your business and generate an incredible outsized return. So it's just a no-brainer to stay with us. What if it doesn't work? What is the guarantee? Our guarantee is simple. If you don't generate at least 30 booked estimates in your calendar, or if you don't generate more money than you pay us or return on investment, then we'll give you a full refund and you don't pay a dime. It's that simple. No questions asked. We're that confident. The reality is that we're taking all the risk. We're setting everything up. We're integrating your systems. We're training your AI. We're doing everything. And so we are selective with who we work with, and that's just the nature of the beast here. Are you working with anyone else in my area? Well, that's the first thing we're going to do. When you book your phone call, we're going to check to make sure that your industry and your city, your area is available. We have a strict one provider per area rule just because we don't want to be competing with ourselves, and we can only get one company to the number one spot in Google. All right. So if you're ready to scale your business, you're ready to scale your company, you want to get past that $1 million mark. These are the systems that you will need to have in order to do it without going insane, and to make sure that it's 100% efficient. Right? You want to maximize efficiency. This is how you do it. So I invite you to book a call. There's a link below. It'll ask a few questions about your company so that we can provide the best advice and recommendations for you. On the call, you will speak with me or an expert on my team. We'll walk you through exactly where you're at with your company. We'll learn where you're at, and then we'll point out the specific bottleneck that would be the highest point of conversion. So the highest leverage to fix immediately. Yep. With that said, thanks for watching. My name is Miles Walsh, and I look forward to talking with you.